Well, we're here with Sarah and Justin from Striking Matches. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
And we've managed to catch a little bit of your sound check there, which is amazing.
Thank you. I never know what happens there.
It feels like we should be saying welcome back and kind of welcome home almost. You're sort of frequent flyers over here.
Yeah. Well, we've gotten that tweet or that kind of welcome before, people saying welcome home.
Yeah.
And it's funny. It's just you kind of think about what home is. Home's where you feel safe and where you feel secure and wanted, and so it is a bit of that when we come back over here. It's like coming home. Even if it's thousands of miles away from home, and that ought to be a scary thing. It's the opposite. We owe it all to just the reception we get every time. It's amazing.
And it was quite a reception at the CTC this year.
Crazy.
That was just nuts.
Yeah, so cool. So cool.
And so you went back home and released the album.
Yeah.
And you've been on the road and done a major, felt like a radio road trip.
Yeah. A couple months or so. Well, all of April, and before that, even before the record was out, we were out doing it.
And how's it been received?
It's been great.
Yeah,
so far.
really good. Playing our single over there, hanging out a lot.
In a lot of cities, and we're kind of seeing that's a first for us. For usually any time anybody had known about us, it's just because they saw us at a show or saw us live or something, and this is the first time that we've had people who have never known about us find out about us and come to see us based on hearing us on the radio, which is really cool. It's the first. It's a different kind of fan.
And obviously you've got the fans that are the Nashville show fans as well.
Yeah.
And how does that sort of compare, and how do you feel about that?
It's been great just because it's one. I mean, you try and just any way you can to try and connect with people, and some people they have to see us live, and they see the guitar thing or the interaction we have between us, or they just it's the live thing. Some people it was being exposed to our music through Nashville, which is something that we never anticipated even happening. We just thought that would be cool. We'll have songs on the show, but the way it's translated into getting fans of our own, it's been great, because usually then they see us live, and then they become fans of that as well. So whatever it takes, really.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've seen you live a couple of times now, and I think the experience of seeing you live versus listening to the production, the produced piece in the album is actually quite different.
And I think they should be. We wanted it to be similar, just in the way that we recorded the record live. We wanted it to translate pretty well, but I think you're always going to take it to one more level.
Yeah.
I think we take it one level.
Thank you.
Well, you did that Saturday night in Brooklyn Bowl, so.
So did the fans, though. That was amazing.
Yeah. It's very cool. Very cool.
So we've got to ask, what's your favourite on the album?
It's always changing for me. A lot of the time my favorite is a song called Never Gonna Love Again. It's just a fun song to sing and a fun song to play, and I love doing it live. But I love listening to God and You. I like them all. That's a good thing, I guess.
What a cop-out answer.
It's true, though.
To that end, though, you have different favorites for different reasons. I think my favorite moment on the record is probably with Make a Liar Out of Me, which is the big slide guitar solo at the end that Sarah plays, and it was such an amazing moment in the studio because she just played it in one take, and then we got finished, and just once we had kind of cut, everybody just kind of started laughing because it was just so great. It was just, she nailed the solo, and in another way, Nothing But Silence, which is the title track, is that took us 6 months or more to write, and so when we finally wrote that and we finished it just in time for it to make the record, that was just sort of a personal songwriting victory that I think we all experienced, and so that one is a favorite just for that.
Do you get time now to continue to write? Are you continuously writing on the road?
Yeah, we're always trying. We've had those songs for the record. Some of them for a long time.
Yeah.
Some others were written right before we recorded the record. But even still, it's been a year since we recorded the record, and so you experience things and you have stuff to write about, and so we're already planning forward for the next one.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw a little snippet earlier that there might be a hint that the Shires are going to join you later.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah, you just never know.
Yeah.
Well, we're in London. London, like Nashville. Honestly, those areas like that kind of afford you things that just there are people around that you can just call and say, hey, you're in town.
Well, and they've been covering one of our songs that was on the Nashville show, and they do it so well. So we were like, it'd be a sin not to have them come up and do it.
And we share a lot of fans. A lot of fans of theirs, our fans of ours, vice versa. And we're proud of them for what they're doing, who they are, and what they represent. And we've both just been so fortunate with how our careers are kind of blossoming at the same time. And so any collaboration we can do with them is always just a treat for us.
Well, it's a treat for us. It's an exciting time for country music here in the UK as well. Really taking off. But is there anybody that you've seen in and around Nashville or in the States that you think that we should be looking out for over here?
Yeah, I think one of our very good friends, Ashley Monroe, I'm waiting for her to get her way over here because I think people will just love her, and so that'll be cool. I think
she's got the songwriting prowess of someone completely just who stands on their own just as a songwriter, but she's got the voice as well.
Yeah.
Where she could not have the songwriting chops and just be a singer alone, and so you kind of combine those things together, and she's just a powerhouse.
Well, we've got Angelina Presley coming over later this year, so maybe she'll go
Awesome.
If you guys keep telling Ashley and she works on Ashley, we'll get them eventually.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Really enjoyed chatting to you, and can't wait for later.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Okay.